Guys, thank you for joining me. I'll give everyone just a couple of seconds to get in, and then we'll be on, and we will get going straight away. So today's talk is, before we start, this is important, right? Some of the language I'm going to use in this just once or twice, because it's for effect, is going to be a tiny little bit, shall we say, a bit risque. So please do not show this or broadcast this to anyone under the age of 18. So just use your common sense with this. But there are a couple of points I need to make where I'm going to have to use some more colourful language. And what I don't want you to do is to show this to any kids. So if you are under 18, turn this off now. Right, now what you're going to need to do for me to give me a bit of a help, guys, is if you are on Android, I want you to swipe up on your screen. So do that now, go whoosh. Good. Right, if you are on iPhone, go that way, swipe whoosh. Right, that's right for you. Yes, left for me, right for you, I know that. So do it that way, and then that shares it really, really quickly. So today's talk is very quick. This is I'm doing a really quick series, and I'm going to call it 7 days, 7 minutes. So I'm not going to blab on for ages, just 7 minutes. And today's talk is going to be about how Elton John can help you become a better class instructor. And I've had a few people asking about what this means, like which song do you mean? Well, it's not about a song, it's about something different. And the other thing that this is what we're going to do tomorrow at 2 o'clock, same time, is do altitude training masks, where, you know, the masks people wear across there. So tune in tomorrow if you want to see that thing. Okay, so how does Elton John help you become a better class instructor? Well, firstly, what we've got to do is we've got to think about the kind of people that are coming to a class. Now, let's look at you lot, fitness instructors, sports coaches. Now, you are intrinsically motivated. That's from within yourself. However, if you look at those people that go to a gym, well, they're a bit of intrinsic motivation, a bit of extrinsic motivation. They've got to go somewhere in order to exercise. However, let's look at people that go to a class. Now, the people that go to a class, well, they're different entirely because they are largely extrinsically motivated. Now, this means they get their motivation from you, which is a different problem and a different advantage, because when these people get this extrinsic motivation, it means they need to go somewhere. They need to be motivated by someone, and they aspire to be like you when they're doing this. So, I've got a question for you. Now, here's a quick lesson in how Periscope works. And what I want you to do is, if you tap your screen like that, just tap it now, I can see hearts will float up the screen. You see them hearts? Now, I want you to help me because you're going to need to vote for something. I've got a question for you before you start, and this is something I ask everyone on courses. Now, stop tapping and just wait for this. Right. How many of you out there... Stop tapping. I can see you. How many of you out there, seriously, honestly, want to be the second best instructor in your gym or PT in your gym? Who wants to be the third best or the fourth best? Hey, you know what? What about it? Tap the screen now if you want to be really half-assed at your job. I don't see any hearts. No hearts. Get them hearts away. No one wants to be right. Tap your screen now if you want to be the best instructor in your gym. Tap it. Damn right. That's exactly what you want to be. You want to be the best person in your gym. I'll give you another quick tip for free. The person, I say this on courses all the time, if you are the second best trainer in your gym, a PT, no one comes to you until the first best guy's book, his client book, is completely and utterly full. No one comes to the second best one until the first one is full and can't take anyone anymore. So you've got to be the best. So this is where Elton John comes into it, right? Because when Elton John, just imagine you're going to a pop concert, right? You're going to you go into your class, right? This is me. I come into my class and I go in and I'm like, okay, everyone, hi. My name's Andy, and today we're going to learn a few punches. And if you all get yourselves ready, then we'll get started in just a minute. Now, not exactly motivating, is it? Imagine this, right? Could you imagine if Elton John, Sir Elton John, comes on stage and he goes, okay, everyone, it's nice to see everyone here. You're 100,000 people at Wembley Stadium, right? 100,000 people there. And he comes out and says, oh, it's nice to see everybody. Just sit down, I'm going to play you some songs. Do you think Elton John does that? Hell no. Elton John does not do that. Elton John does three things. Elton John goes off stage. This is me off stage, right? I go off stage. I'm Elton John. He puts on his biggest glasses. He puts on his fanciest glasses. And he puts on his big, colourful jacket. And most important of all, before he goes on stage, he puts on his Elton fucking John. Elton John puts on his Elton John. And he comes out on the stage, 100,000 fans at Wembley, and out he comes, goes, ladies and gentlemen, Elton John. And the whole crowd is up, and he holds them in the palm of his hand like that, because he is Elton John. Now, another famous example of this is Beyonce Knowles. When she goes on stage, she doesn't go on as Beyonce. She has an alter ego, which is Sasha Fierce. That's what she imagines she is. Now, I'm not suggesting that you need to have an alter ego, but when you go out, you've got to bear in mind a class is a performance. It is an event. People want to come to it and be inspired. And your class, the people, are like a mirror. You smile at them, they smile back at you. And they've got 20 smiles coming back at you. So you have to put it out there. So let me tell you one thing that you need to know about this. You do not work in the fitness industry. And you're like, what? You don't work in the fitness industry. You, my friend, work in show business. That's what you work in. You go out there, if you're a class teacher, and you go out there and you put on your Elton John, or whatever you want to call it for yourselves, and you go out there and you put that on, and out you go and you work in show business. Put your smile on. Make them inspired. Motivate them. Extrinsic motivation. Now, one thing that some people say is, if you're going to do this, that, well, I'm not confident enough to do that. Yeah, and that's a really, really good comment, because people think I'm not confident enough to go out and do that. Let me tell you something. This is something else that I teach on the courses all the time as well. Confidence comes through competence. So what you've got to do is you've got to get really, really, really good at what you teach. And practice, obviously. And then the confidence is going to come. But what you've got to bear in mind, that nobody's going to give that to you. You've got to go in, you've got to work on that yourself. So you've got to go out there and you've got to be confident. Now, before we open up to questions, because I'm too far away from this screen to see all the comments that are popping up here, so you might be dissing me or something like that and saying that's a load of rubbish. It isn't rubbish, it's true. So, does anyone have any questions? Before I hand over to questions, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remind you, tomorrow, 1400, 2 p.m, I'm going to be talking about altitude training masks. Do they work? And if I look down, right, 7 minutes are up. Any questions, guys? See, this is not my Elton John. This is my Elton John. Any questions? Does everybody agree? Show me some hearts. Maybe. Okay, guys, I guess that's it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow if you want to learn anything about altitude training masks and if they work. I hope you found it useful. I'll put this on Facebook and I will share it. And for those of you watching it on the replay, then I will bid you farewell and I'll see you later. Elton John. Now I don't know how you stop this.